4, award a contract to Youth Alliance for the South County Restorative Justice Youth Diversion Program Coordinator position and approve a contract expenditure of $300,744. Oh, it's not Luke, it's Sandra. Sandra, you're giving this report?
Yes.
Okay, Sandra's giving this report, and hopefully she'll start off by telling us the money is not coming from us. Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Was it in the council presentations? It's not any of those. Okay, so I have to write down the drive. Was it in the council
Say anything
presentations?
about this before
Yes.
she...
Oh. And the police? I can just put in there. Make them drive. Do you know what you said? So, where do I put it? That she was sleeping. There it is. Thank you. I've never been able to figure that out. Thank you. All right. Okay, good evening, Mayor Blankley and members of the Gilroy City Council. My name is Sandra Cruz, and I currently serve as the South County Task Force Coordinator with the City of Gilroy, and I'm here tonight to present on agenda item number 8.4 as it relates to the South County Restorative Justice Youth Diversion Program. Before I dive into the presentation, I would like to briefly share an overview of the South County Youth Task Force. The South County Youth Task Force is a regional collaboration with a wide spectrum of partners to include various community-based agencies, governmental agencies, and also law enforcement agencies. And our work serves the communities of Morgan Hill, Gilroy, and San Martin, is funded through local, county, and state partners, is organized into 3 different groups: the policy, the technical team, and also working committees. Since 2013, we've been able to serve an unduplicated number of 15,000 youth and families in South County. And our work is guided through our strategic plans that has outlined goals and objectives for our work. Our current strategic plan is titled Project to Thrive, which builds on our previous 2017-2021 strategic plan, which was titled Project Thrive. This was developed from 2021 to 2022 through our strategic plan committee, which is composed of over 13 community-based agencies, government partners, and other partners. This strategic plan engaged the community and stakeholders in over 30 sessions. We were able to connect with 367 community members and stakeholders in this process. We used restorative listening circles to uplift the community members and the stakeholders' needs, their concerns, hopes, and also the goals that they had. These 5 topics that you see listed here are consistent with the emerging listening circles from the South County, and the youth diversion program that I'm going to be talking about tonight is a direct result of the strategic plan that we currently have. About a year ago, the council accepted the grant funds from BSCC, the Board of State and Community Corrections, for $1 million for 3 calendar years, 2023 to 2025, and these funds directly fund the South County Restorative Justice Youth Diversion Program. The state funds directly expand this diversion program. It serves more youth, and it allows us to also contract a full-time coordinator for these services. These are a list of the current diversion partners. We have both school districts, we have both local law enforcement agencies, we have local community-based agencies, we have the district attorney's office, the sheriff's department, and the state of California as a partner in this diversion work. The diversion goals are the first one, to provide youth and their families with the support and services that they need in order to succeed in South County. This program also helps youth to be accountable for the actions in a restorative manner. It uses language that youth and families understand. It brings in and uplifts the voice of the victims and the community. It holds the family structure and also the community accountable for our support in the youth, and importantly, it promotes public safety. This program uses prevention and intervention models. It allows youth who engage in this harmful conduct to come together with those that have been impacted by that harm to address the harm that occurred in the community. It is an alternative to the traditional path that youth usually have to go through after they receive a citation. And the successful completion of this program allows youth's case to be sealed under Welfare and Institution Code 827.95. And this program is grounded in restorative justice and trauma-informed principles. Very high overview of the process, of the framework of this program from start to end. First, there is a 911 call made, and there's police contact. The second step is to check the youth's eligibility, and if the youth qualifies for this program, they're referred to the program. Step 3 is an engagement call and an intake interview by our community-based agency partners through the youth support specialist. And step 4 is the restorative justice circle, where youth and those impacted by the harm are able to sit down together and really address what occurred. And then there's a community building phase from 3 to 6 months. It's really based on the case and what the youth might need. There might be restitution involved. There might be different services that the youth may need to complete, all based from the restorative justice circle. And then there is a program completion if the youth is able to successfully complete the program. In order for this work to be expanded through this grant, the city is required to contract with the local nonprofit to fulfill the full-time coordinator role and responsibilities of the coordinator. So on September 11, the city published the 24 RFP PD 490 on the city's website. It was also published on the local newspaper. It was sent through email with local community-based agencies and county partners, and it was also advertised on our social media. On October 6th, this RFP received a total of 4 proposals, and there was an evaluation phase of the proposals from October 9th through the 26th. This evaluation panel consisted of a diverse group of in-house and outside key partner agencies that graded the proposals and also hosted interviews. On November 6th, the notice of award was published, selecting Youth Alliance as the consultant to fulfill this role. November 4th, no protests were received, allowing the city to be able to move on to the next step. And tonight, I am here to recommend that the council takes the next step in order to continue this work. So what would Youth Alliance be doing? Youth Alliance would be fulfilling this full-time coordinator responsibility from December 1st, 2023 to December 31st, 2025 for $300,744. And this agency would oversee, coordinate, and support the referrals and the process of this diversion program, would facilitate the monthly meetings, the collaborative meetings, the meetings with the families, would oversee an approximately 50-plus youth, new referrals, along with maintaining and closing out the current youth on the diversion program, would conduct youth referral entrance and exit surveys, will coordinate the restorative justice circles that occur, would coordinate the trainings, would work with our program evaluators, and fulfill other programmatic and logistical responsibilities for this work. The recommendation is to award the contract to this community-based agency, Youth Alliance, for the amount of $300,744 for the South County Restorative Justice Youth Diversion Program Coordinator role. and authorize the city administrator to execute the contract and all associated documents for this work.
Thank you, Sandra. Excellent report. For those who I think know that I sit on that, Councilmember Tovar is also someone who sits on this entity. Can I just ask, who would be the oversight to the Youth Alliance? Is that something is that oversought by South County Youth Task Force?
It is.
Okay.
Yes, it's
Okay.
overseen by myself and then my supervisor.
Okay. And the whole, the 300,000 is part of the grant money. This
It
is
is.
grant money that's not.
Yes, it's
Okay.
all grant funds.
Right. Okay, I have Councilmember Marks on the board, and then I'll go to you, Councilmember Tovar, because I see you waving your hands. Okay, Councilmember Marks?
Okay, thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Sandra. That was very informative. I have a question, and I was wondering this when I read the staff report. The $300,000, is that for the program coordinator, one person?
That is to fund the coordinator, all the aspects of the program. It's for 2 years, and it is a fully burdened cost of the agency for the coordinator role. And then it also has funding for supplies and expenses that are associated with the work.
So then how much is the actual coordinator getting? What is that person's salary?
Well, the money is going to the Youth Alliance.
Right.
Not to a person.
Okay, well then,
that's
how
right.
am I reading this incorrectly then? It says this South County Restorative Justice Youth Diversion Program Coordinator position
Right, that's how I read
is funded. And the way it's written, it sounds like they're getting paid $300,000 a year.
No, through December of 2025.
For 2 years, 300.
For 2 years,
Yeah,
well,
that's how I read it.
$150,000. Okay,
This-
you read it like that too, okay. So that money then is over a 2-year period for this person. Okay, so that was in there.
Yes, and it
Okay.
goes to Youth Alliance for them to pay for the coordinator, for a full-time coordinator and everything associated with that coordinator. And then there's also budget for supplies and expenses.
Okay.
For being able to, coordinate all the efforts
That
around
makes
this
more
work.
sense. That wasn't in the report. Now, will council ever hear back on the success of this program and get statistics on how families?
Through
are doing?
those of us who are the reps.
Oh,
on
all
that.
right, you'll do that.
That's
Okay,
right.
great.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And in addition, part of this state grant is for the city, for the South County Youth Task Force to report back to the state. So we do have a third-party evaluator evaluating all the work. And at the end of the grant, the city has to submit a report to the states that is going to be very detailed. How many youth did we serve? Did we meet our goals? And that will be made public.
All right, thank you.
Councilmember Tovar, did you have?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Well, Carol asked one of the questions I had, but Sandra, if you can share with the public, in one of your slides, you talked about there was 4 proposals. Can you talk about the differences in those proposals? And also you'd mentioned the stakeholders that were involved in making this decision. Who exactly were those individuals?
Yes, so the city received a total of 4 proposals, and they were all scored based on 6 key criteria. The first one was statement of qualifications. Out of 100 points, 20 of those points were for the statement of qualifications. The second criteria was the project understanding, also for 20 points. Criteria 3 was for the project schedule for 10 points. 4 was project budget. 5 was key staff, and then there was a section for references. So Youth Alliance scored 80.50 out of their average scored. The second agency scored 54.17. The third one scored 39.33, and the last one scored 16 points on an average score of 100 from the panel.
Second part of my question.
The folks that were on this panel were from key stakeholders and partners. They included members from the Gilroy Unified School District, one member from the Morgan Hill Unified School District, a member from the Gilroy PD, and that was our internal rep. a member from the Morgan Hill Police Department, a member from the county DFCS, and also a member from the District Attorney's Office.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Mayor, if there's no other questions, then I'll move for approval.
Okay. Did I ask for public comment?
Sorry, no.
Okay,
Not yet,
public
Madam Mayor.
comment?
One speaker card, Madam Mayor, and it's
Oh.
Ron Kirkish.
Okay. Is that, I don't know if that mic's on. Okay, now it is.
Okay, thank you. $374. That's a nice chunk of money, but it's not enough. We need more we have problems in our youth, and I'd like to see that bucket get filled a lot more. We need well over $1 million to help our kids. The reason I'm concerned when I came up here was I didn't know too much about this issue. I was concerned that, and I saw your slide with the number of groups, community groups that I believe you will be dispersing funds to for this program. And I didn't see anybody up there that I was against. They all look like very fine community groups. But the reason I'm speaking is because I want to ensure that we use this money to help our kids. But I'm very concerned that this money not be used to give to groups that teach the kids to disrespect our police officers. So that's why I'm here. I don't think that's the case, but I just want to make that statement. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, seeing no other speakers, then we have a motion by Councilmember Tovar, seconded by Councilmember Klein. Digital vote. And this is a motion to approve the contract.
They're actually two separate items, and I think you can do them both at the same time.
Okay, to award the contract and authorize the city administrator to execute the contract. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And that also passes unanimously with one absent.